You arrive on campus with a suitcase, a map, and a quiet nod of expectation in your chest. You expect change, the novelty of new faces, new classes, new routines, and you also expect to fit in somewhere, somehow. That expectation can feel like a soft promise or a sharp pressure. Either way, it matters because belonging is not a bonus. It's a core human need that shapes your motivation, mood, and the kind of person you become here. This is a practical, story-driven guide about what happens when you don't immediately find your place, why it matters, and what small, repeatable actions help you move from feeling unseen to being connected. The ideas come from familiar psychology, Maslow's framing of human needs, and Baumeister's research on the need to belong, and from everyday, approachable practice, micro-affirmations you can use daily. When you first arrive, everything is sensory and social. Dorm hallways carry the slap of suitcases, the hum of distant laughter, the smell of takeout and laundry detergent. Your mental energy splits between practical tasks, finding the library, learning a classroom layout, remembering professors' names, and more delicate work, scanning faces, judging where you might fit. That scanning is not superficial. It is a survival skill. You are reading cues, who smiles, who groups together, what behaviors get rewarded by attention. You're comparing your inner map, the person you know yourself to be, to the external map of social groups and activities. Mismatches create a discomfort you notice physically, a tightened jaw, a hesitation before entering a room, or a sudden appetite slump. This discomfort often leads to two possible patterns. One is withdrawal, keeping to routines that feel safe but isolating, like studying in the same corner and eating alone. The other is repetitive small experiments, a tentative hello, an email to an advisor, sitting by someone at a lecture. Neither is wrong. They are different strategies for testing whether the new environment will absorb you or repel you. The important piece is identifying which strategy you lean on, and whether it's moving you toward connection. Abraham Maslow framed human needs as layered: food and sleep at the base, safety above that, then belonging, esteem, and finally self-actualization. That doesn't mean you need perfect accommodation to pursue higher goals. It does mean that persistent absence of belonging, feeling disconnected at the social level, makes it harder to move up the ladder. You can eat and sleep, but if you believe you don't belong, your energy for creativity, leadership, or growth is thinner. Roy Baumeister and colleagues put a sharper point on this with the idea called the need to belong. It's simple. Humans evolved to seek stable, positive relationships. These ties regulate stress, sharpen motivation, and give context to achievements. Without them, you may feel numb, distracted, or overly reactive. Loneliness becomes not just unpleasant, but a psychological state that undermines learning and well-being. Combine these ideas and a clear picture emerges. Academic success and emotional health are intertwined with social connection. Missing that social thread doesn't mean failure. It means a lever you can use. When you build it, other things get easier. Belonging isn't usually a single instant, a handshake that opens the gates, but a mosaic made of tiny exchanges. Consider the millions of micro-interactions you run into each week: nodding to someone in the hallway, asking a classmate a clarifying question, answering a professor's prompt, offering a pen. Each small exchange is data for the social world. This person notices me, this group is welcoming, or I'm not sure I'm part of this circle. Over time, these data points form a felt hypothesis about who you are socially. Why micro-exchanges matter. They're low-cost experiments. If you try a small act and it gets a neutral or positive response, you gain evidence that you are seen. If the response is cold, you don't risk a huge emotional investment. That's where micro-affirmations come in. Tiny, intentional gestures that acknowledge others and in turn create openings for reciprocity. Examples of micro-affirmations are simple: a brief compliment, a welcoming smile, sharing notes, a short encouraging message, or a quick check-in. The key is repetition and authenticity. A single compliment won't rewrite relationships, but consistent, genuine micro-affirmations accumulate trust. Picture a student who arrives convinced they don't fit the stereotype of the campus. Different background, quieter voice. They test the environment with small steps. They attend a club meeting without committing. They ask a peer a question after class. They leave a short, encouraging note on a roommate's desk before a midterm. Some attempts land, some don't. But over weeks, a pattern appears. A peer thanks them for the note. A professor remembers their thoughtful question. A club member invites them for coffee. Those small moments, taken together, change how the student predicts social outcomes. Anxiety eases because reality offers more positive feedback. Another student moves the other direction. Invisible to peers, they withdraw into solitary routines, late-night study sessions alone, meals by themselves, minimal class participation. The result is a feedback loop. The fewer social experiments they run, the less data they have that belonging is possible. This loop is not inevitable. It's modifiable with intentional micro-steps. Start with low-friction micro-affirmations. These don't require charisma or large time commitments. They're simple and repeatable. Notice and name, offer a short, specific compliment. That point you made in class helped me see this topic differently. Offer a small resource. Share notes or a useful link after class. An act of utility often reads as friendliness. Create a tiny ritual. Say good morning to the person you see in class, or save a seat and offer it to someone who arrives late. Rituals build predictability and ease social tension. Ask a question that invites more than yes, no. What was the best part of your weekend? Open space for real exchange. Express curiosity, not agreement. Curiosity signals respect and attention. It invites reciprocity without forcing it. Record micro-reflections. Once a week, jot down 3 small social interactions that went well. This trains you to notice positive social evidence and counteracts negativity bias. Practice these actions with patience. They're not guaranteed to change everything overnight, but they shift your social odds incrementally. Anxiety is often the gatekeeper keeping you from trying small experiments. It colors the outcome of every interaction and can magnify neutral responses into rejection. One useful strategy is to separate intention from outcome. Your intention is to connect. Outcomes depend on many people and contexts. When an attempt doesn't land, resist interpreting it as proof you don't belong. Instead, log it as a data point with context. What did you do? What happened? How did you feel? Breathing, grounding, and short rituals before an interaction can also reduce anxiety. A 2-minute breathing exercise, a posture check, or a quick mental script, I'm curious, I'm open, helps you enter conversations from a calmer baseline. Mentors and advisors function as social scaffolding. They notice patterns you might miss and provide practices tailored to your situation. Meeting one-on-one doesn't have to be formal or long. A 20-minute check-in to review goals, discuss a struggle, or ask for a recommendation helps you feel seen and helps them see your trajectory. Treat mentorship proactively, set an agenda for meetings, bring specific questions, and reflect afterward on any social links the meeting created. Mentors often have networks, a small ask, an introduction to a lab. Structured environments reduce the cognitive load of social experiments. Because norms are clearer and shared activities create natural topics for conversation. Joining a club, attending a study group, or volunteering for a small committee gives you repeated exposure to the same faces and predictable roles. Pick 1 or 2 structured spaces that align with your interests and capacity. Commit to attending at least twice before you judge whether you fit. Often, it takes a few repetitions for small connections to emerge. The same smile from a fellow member, a shared inside joke, or an offer to partner on a project. Participation does not mean you must speak every class or be the loudest voice. It means taking incremental steps that make your presence visible. You might start by asking a clarifying question, then offering a brief perspective, then contributing a short answer to a group discussion. If speaking up feels risky, rehearse an opening line. Practice it quietly before class, or write a short prompting question on a note. The first few times are the hardest. Repetition decreases the perceived cost. Belonging grows when mutuality is present. That is, when people both give and receive. Micro-affirmations are often most powerful when paired with openness to receiving them. When someone offers a compliment or help, acknowledge it, and if appropriate, reciprocate later. Mutual support also involves setting boundaries. You can be generous in small ways without burning out. Choose acts that are sustainable. A weekly check-in text, attending one study session, offering notes when you can. Sustainable generosity prevents resentment and keeps your social energy healthy. Maslow and Baumeister give you frames. Belonging is necessary for flourishing, and humans seek stable, positive bonds, but frames become useful when translated into daily habits. Consider belonging a resource you cultivate like sleep or exercise. It requires small, consistent investment. Set a simple weekly goal, 3 micro-affirmations, 2 attendance commitments to structured groups, and 1 mentorship or advisor check-in per month. These are measurable, feasible, and cumulative. Track them in a simple note. Over a semester, these small investments compound into greater social capital and a stronger sense of belonging. Not every social context will be welcoming, and that's okay. Belonging is nuanced. You might feel included in a research lab, but excluded in a resident's social scene, or vice versa. Rather than treating belonging as all or nothing, map your social terrain. Identify places where you feel comfortable and ones where you feel less so. Then, lean into the comfortable areas while using the safer spaces to practice bridging behaviors. When you face rejection or exclusion, give yourself time and perspective. Ask, what did I learn? Did I practice something new? Were there external constraints? Rejection is information, not identity. Daily rituals anchor social behavior. A quick "how was your day?" message to a few acquaintances, a weekly debrief with a friend, or leaving a short encouraging note for someone before a big class creates rhythms of connection. Rituals reduce the friction of social interaction and provide predictable contexts where micro-affirmations are natural. Reflection amplifies learning. Once a week, spend 5 minutes journaling. List 3 social experiments you attempted, what happened, and what you might try differently. This practice sharpens your awareness and turns random moments into intentional growth. Success in belonging is not an endless party. It's comfortable access to people who notice you, validate your efforts, and offer help when needed. It's having at least a few spaces where you can be yourself and be seen. It's feeling that your presence matters in specific contexts. Here's a concise, ready-to-use set of micro-affirmations you can adopt. Mine, the specific compliment. I liked how you explained that problem today. It made it clearer for me. The shared resource. I took notes on today's lecture. Want a copy? The simple check-in text. Good luck on your presentation. You'll do great. The seat offer. Save or offer a seat with a smile and a simple phrase. The brief encouragement note. A sticky note on a door. You've got this. Someone rooting for you. The question that opens. What's been the most interesting part of this class for you so far? The follow-up. After a meeting, send a one-line thank you or a short comment that connects to the discussion. Feeling like you don't belong is painful, but it is also a starting point for deliberate change. You don't have to remake your personality to belong. You can choose small behaviors that align with who you are, practiced in ways that respect your energy and boundaries. Belonging builds slowly, with micro-affirmations functioning like steady taps on a wall. Eventually, a door opens where there was once only silence. Remember that belonging is cyclical. You will have days when connections feel robust and others when they feel brittle. Keep a few reliable practices, small compliments, shared resources, mentor check-ins, and allow time to do the rest. Over weeks and months, the social landscape of your college life will change, not always in a straight line, but often in a meaningful one. References and gentle encouragement. Maslow's framework reminds you that belonging matters in the architecture of human needs. Baumeister's research tells you that seeking stable, positive relationships is fundamental. Your work is to translate these ideas into daily life through small, authentic acts of recognition. Do that, and the knot in your chest loosens. Your days feel fuller. Your learning deepens. The campus becomes less like a foreign city and more like a place where you belong, one micro-affirmation at a time.